Nebaza nnyo eyanunula nange yamponya wakisa.
Every year, All Saints Cathedral organizes this conference primarily to sharpen, remind, rebuild, equip and reboot men, enabling them to better fulfill their roles in society, the church, their families, the country and the world at large.
Yes, akuma basanyisiza era bulijo. Yes, ebazibwe.
Today's session was opened by the Provost of All Saints Cathedral Kampala, the Very Rev Canon Dr. Nyegenye, who warmly welcomed the men and the main speaker.
It's my joy and delight to welcome our Father in the Lord, our Papa, whose heart has been for this conference, and he has ministered to us, and he's here with us, Papa, the Right Reverend Dr. Henry Luke Orombi. Papa, you are very, very welcome. I welcome you once again to this 60th prayer conference.
Archbishop Emeritus Henry Luke Orombi began his address by explaining why men need to be rebooted, which is the core theme of this year's conference.
If the catalyst of this temptation and sin was Eve, why didn't God call Eve and said, Eve, where are you? Why did he call Adam? He called Adam because he breathed into Adam at the beginning. He called Adam because he gave him the responsibility to look after the garden he had made. He is the one responsible. And now the question is, as a man, I need to identify the thing that makes me a man and stand as a man.
He also shared insights on why men have lost the authority originally given to them from the beginning.
And stop doing what this guy began to do. And what did he begin to do? God challenged him. He said, did you eat of the fruit I told you not to eat? Come on, Adam, why don't you say, Lord, I am sorry. Lord, forgive me. And I think at that point, he should have been broken down and admitting to God, I ate the fruit. Did he? No. He blamed instead the woman. Seriously was actually blaming God. God, before you came here, I was okay. Before this woman was given to me, I was okay. But as soon as you brought this woman, problem began to brew. He's blaming it on somebody else. My dear friends, ever since then, men, you and I, have carried that syndrome in our lives. We don't accept even when we go wrong.
The Archbishop cautioned the men about the gifts women possess, including the gift of speech and the love for beautiful things. He stressed that when these gifts are misused, they often lead to the downfall of a man, citing examples such as Adam and Eve and Samson and Delilah.
When he knew he was caught red-handed by God, through Nathan the prophet, he wrote Psalms 51. He is confident he was a sinner because in sin did his mother conceive him. And he continued to say, a broken and a contrite heart, God will not despise. He knew he was a sinner. How many of us accept our wrong? How many of us who are married never blame it on our wives? How many of us never think actually our wives are the problems and not us?
He urged men to stand firm, identify what they need to change, and take responsibility before falling into sin or blaming God. He called on them to learn to accept their mistakes when they go wrong. Reiterating God's intention, he stated that God is looking for partners in creation, emphasizing again that God does not use angels to change communities but chooses men.
Thank God for you for one particular reason. The only place I did ministry among men like you was in America when I was the Archbishop then. They would invite me to go to Southern California for an annual men's conference, and I would go and minister there. And I'm so delighted, Provost, may God bless you, that you would think that men should come together, that men should begin to understand their calling in the Lord's vineyard in this nation.
He expressed gratitude to the Provost and the entire leadership of All Saints Cathedral for organizing such impactful conferences for men. This conference, which began yesterday and continues until 10th August 2025, is centered on the theme Reboot, inspired by Ephesians chapter 4 verse 22-24, with Archbishop Henry Luke Orombi as the lead speaker. Several activities have been planned throughout this conference to help many reboot and renew their purpose.